Hey, what is up everybody? This is Rob and it is time for another product review. So here's the thing guys, you have this third generation Tacoma and you're always looking for more things to change with it. Of course, the best things to change are those that are easy to change and don't cost too much. So something that I usually see on other Tacomas and has been recommended to me is to add these sequential turn signals. So remember guys, currently your Tacoma does have turn signals built into the side mirrors. So what if you want to give them just a little bit more style, just a little bit more of that personal touch? Well, then you can go sequential turn signals. Those are actually, they're also LED, and they're usually pretty easy to, install into your Tacoma. So this is actually the high-flying brand sequential LEDs. So these are found on Amazon. I do have an Amazon link below if you want to purchase these exact ones. These were around a little under $50, which is definitely not bad at all. They are also smoked. So remember guys, the stock ones actually, they're clear. So I think this will kind of give the Tacoma a bit more of an aggressive look to them. So let's go ahead and we're gonna open these up and let's see what's inside. All right, you guys, so before we go ahead and open up the box, so remember guys, this is the High Flying brand. I chose this brand because honestly, I went on Amazon and I sorted by reviews. Make sure the reviews look good. So I figured, hey, this has the highest number of, positive reviews, so it shouldn't be too much of a risk. So let's go ahead and let's open these up. All right, first things first, you do have the installation guide. Pretty cool of them to give this. Only 6 steps, guys, so this should be nice and easy for you guys or for anybody else who wants to do this. Let's see. Yep. Removing the cover, pretty standard affair if you've ever done anything like this before in regards to replacing lights. It also comes with a trim removal tool, always useful. So this will be used to remove the mirror caps because that is how you access these stock signals to switch them out. They were also nice enough to include, get this out, screwdriver. So it is both flathead and Phillips. Not bad at all. So you pretty much have everything you need, in this box to do the replacement. And then of course the main thing, that is these signals themselves. So let me get up a little bit so I can show you guys how this looks. All right, so check this out. It does have the protective plastic. Of course, I won't take that off until it is time to, install it. But pretty standard affair, we'll be replacing the stock ones, and this is the wiring. So it's just gonna plug into where the stock one was connected. Nice and easy, guys. So there won't be any splicing needed. You don't have to do anything special. Don't need any resistors or anything. It's all right here. Nice and simple, nothing hard. So now let's go ahead and let's go for the fun part, guys. We're gonna go ahead and go to my Tacoma. I'll show you guys how to remove these stock signals and then how we can install these nice new ones. Let's go ahead and let's get out there. All right, you guys, so we're out here now with the Tacoma. So first things first, we will be removing the cap. So it's always a pain to take these off. You always feel like you're gonna snap it in half because you're prying. So remember, just take your trim tool and just get in, and you'll just go all around, just find a good gap in here, and then you will just want to raise it up after. So check this out, I already have one small gap right here. There we go. It's one. Those pops are never a good feeling, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. So now that I started it, now let's go along the bottom here. All right, I'm going to put the trim tool down. Now it's just going to be a little bit of muscling it out. You're going to see, I'll show you guys the one pane, basically the pane tab that can make this a little bit more of an annoyance, because that is all that is holding it on right here. All right guys, so now that's off, so this is the one pane tab, so check this out. So this tab right here, it really locks in there good. I mean, that's a good thing, right? OEM, you want it to stick in there real good. So you just have to muscle it out. I mean, as you can see, it's just your standard, tab. just standard affair when you take out these kind of plastics. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna zoom in on this and I'm gonna show you guys what we gotta do so we can get those you know, lights installed. All right, you guys, so next up we're gonna remove this screw as well as this screw. So let's go ahead and remove these. So they do give you a screwdriver, but I am never one to shy away from getting a chance to use my own tools. These screws are actually, they're pretty tight. I don't think Toyota wanted us to be removing these, honestly, but what can you do? Right, what can you do? Alright, now that those two screws are out, I'm going to go ahead and get behind the camera to show you guys something. Alright, you guys, so I want to go behind the camera to show you guys, so see this? So you're going to squeeze these tabs right here, so see this? So you squeeze this, at the same time you will pull this out. So this is all that's keeping it in there right now. So let me go ahead and I'm going to, once again, squeeze it. Very easy, so squeeze and pull out. And this is actually the wiring for the stock light. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, you guys, so like I said, squeeze here. And so what's going to happen is now you can pry this black piece out. And that is what is holding this in place. So pry it out. So we're just going to wiggle this up, wiggle it around, wiggle it up, and there we go. Now here is the stock connector. This is your standard one where you're just going to squeeze it in there and pull it out. There we go. So now we're going to go ahead and get the new sequential to replace this, you know, kind of boring looking stock clear and sort of chrome-ish one. Alright, you guys, so here it is. So before I install it, I do not want to rob you guys of that wonderful, you know, brand new peeling feeling. So check this out, guys. Let's get the central music going. There we go. Nice and slow. Perfect, guys. Nice and clean. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to, if we have to finagle it just a little bit, I will go ahead and install it first. So here's the thing, guys. There's no, like, how do I say, it won't fit in only the right way. With LEDs, there's always a polarity thing, so we're going to try it out. We're going to try it this way first. If it doesn't work this way, and that's okay, we'll just unplug it and plug in the other end. So let me go ahead and get you in here. So we're just going to go ahead and slip it in there. It will fit in perfectly. So let me just look at that. There we go. So I snapped in that side, so now, there we go, push in on this side. Alright, both sides are in. Looks good, no gaps on the bottom. Everything is looking pretty cherry. Just push down a little bit right here. And now, we'll go ahead and push in that clip that we undid. There we go. Now let's put in those two screws. So I have my screwdriver right here, and then those two screws right here. Put in one. Don't want to tighten it too much just yet. Let me get this one in. Sorry if I seem a little bit clumsy with the tools, and you know, I'm doing it from the side so you guys can see, so it makes me a little bit less aligned. That one's good. Tighten up on this one a little bit. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and test this out. You know, before I go ahead and put this wiring back into place, remember it will only work one way. So let me open up the door. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the hazards. No dice, so check that out. So now let me go ahead and unplug it. Sorry. There we go. And there we go. It's working. So now that we know it's working, we go ahead and put everything back. Let me just turn off the hazards. Alright, so just place this down here. Go ahead and tuck this wire here where it was before. Perfect. So now let me just go over here and get the cap. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and put this in now. So remember, this is the main one. This you want to get into there. There we go. Look at that, snaps right in. Let's push it on all around. And bam. Now one more victory hazard light celebration just to be sure everything's working. Perfect. Alright. So now that this is done, I'm going to go ahead and let me put the camera back so you guys can see how a side looks with the stock one and how a side looks with the new one. Alright you guys, so I am behind the camera right now. I put on my hazards, so as you can see I do have the LED headlights. See how they're actually sequential as well. So look at the left side. So this side I do currently have the sequentials installed. Look at that, looks good, right? So we have the front, the sequential, and then the side. So here's the thing, this is actually brighter than the OEM one. So I'm going to go back again. So as you can see, it looks really good. You can see it all matches. But then, let's go to the right side with the OEM turn signal. And look at that, it's not as bright. I have to get pretty close so you can see it. So it's interesting, I wasn't expecting that. So the sequential one, the third party, is actually better than the OEM one in terms of visibility. Because look, I'm standing back up against my garage wall. Can barely see anything. Now let's go back and look at the sequentials. Look at that, you can see them. And then that smoke does look really nice because you can't even tell that it's there until it's on. That's pretty cool, you guys. So now that you can see, definite proof on how it looks, how good it looks, let's go ahead and talk about, any of my closing thoughts on these. Alright you guys, so as you guys saw, pretty easy to install, definitely a solid product. The link to these specific ones is below. It is an Amazon link, so go ahead and check those out. I definitely can recommend these. Definitely adds a little bit of style to your Tacoma, and it just looks nice. And as you saw, actually a little bit functional because they're a little bit brighter than these stock ones. So with that, guys, if you have any other questions about the install or anything, even lasting impressions, if you stumble upon this video months later, please let me know. Leave a comment down below, guys. And as always, please go ahead and subscribe if you really like this video. I love doing product reviews for Tacoma products. If there are any other products you might think of, go ahead and let me know about those too, guys. So with that, guys, this is Rob, and have a good one.